In a year like no other, bracket racers continue to show their support for Peter Biondo and Kyle Seipel's Spring Fling brand of bracket races. After the COVID-19 pandemic delayed their normally scheduled spring events, the duo staged a comeback at GALOT Motorsports Park in June. Due to resounding racer response, Peter and Kyle added a second event at GALOT in 2020 in the form of the Sparco Fall Fling presented by Optima batteries. The event, typically held at Bristol Dragway, was moved to GALOT so that the Spring Fling Million could take place in Thunder Valley. GALOT Part 2 kicked off on Tuesday, September 22nd with the Rob's Automotive Test and Tune session. A random field of 32 cars were entered into the American Race Cars Race Tech Dragster Shootout. In this Fling staple, the winner gets his or her selection of a brand new dragster. In the quarterfinals, Gary Williams sped past brother Troy Williams Jr., Hunter Patton beat Kevin Glenn, Chaz Silence was advanced by Dale Taylor, and Stephen Morrison II sent Benny Ulmer to the trailer. In the first semi, it was Patton and Silence.
That is Hunter Patton, Crockett, Texas. The 25-year-old who won the American Race Cars Race Tag Dragster Shootout here in June. 4:56 the dial-in for Hunter. 4:45 the dial-in for Jacksonville, North Carolina's Chaz Silence. 1100ths, excuse me, math is hard. 1100ths the difference on the dial. Patton will be leaving first. Chaz will be coming from behind. Both drivers bouncing in. Hunter flicking that stage bulb. Still flickering, the stage bulb is in. Tree, green. One foul gonna separate him on the starting line. Chaz Silence, 007, 445 with a 4 to move on. Margin of victory, 0-0-0. Babe Ruth 3. 310 thou, the margin of victory for Chaz Silence.
In the second semi, it was Morrison and Williams.
With Hunter and Chaz. So Chaz Silence will make up half the final. Who's going to make up the other half? Stephen Morrison II, Statesville, North Carolina. Race Tag Dragster left side, 438 the dial. G-Dub, Gary Williams out of Florida, and Gary Williams will move on. Morrison turns it red by 6 thousandths of a second. G-Dub was 002, 477 on the 479. So Gary Williams, Chaz Silence, both just one dragsters.
For the right to choose their dragster, it was Williams and Silence.
And speaking of West Coast, you guys are going to be stuck with me for most of SFST Carburetor Wednesday before my good friend Nathan Hershey from the Strip Las Vegas Motor Speedway will be here late Wednesday, and it'll be the two of us the remainder of the week. And obviously, Peter Biondo will jump on in here, especially to do Biondo Racing Products round number 2, which is a tradition at the Fling. Gary Williams, right side, Florida, 479 on the dial for G-Dub. Chaz Silence, Jacksonville, North Carolina, 445. Took out Hunter Patton by 310 thou in the semis. Gary Williams was 002, advanced off of Steve Morrison II's red light by 6 thou. Pre-staged, Gary Williams is in. Silence last to go. Off and away, and Gary Williams red by 5 thou. Congratulations to Chaz Silence. Made it through this real tough 32-car field in the American Race Cars Race Tag Dragster Shootout. So the runner from Jacksonville, North Carolina is going to be our winner. Down here in winner's circle with our winner of our American Race Cars Race Tag Dragster Shootout, Chaz Silence. Man, 5 rounds of tough racing here tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Car was deadly, motor was deadly, driver showed up when he needed to.
So let's talk about that semifinal with Hunter Patton. Hunter's been on an absolute roll. You end up being 310 thou on the right side of the wind light of that one.
Get lucky every now and then, but I mean, like I said, the car showed up, driver showed up today. That's all that matters.
Let's talk about that final round with Gary Williams. Always really, really tough. You're always up to the task. That red light come on. I know you cracked a smile on that helmet as you were going down the track.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we both got the same thing, but it's still good to get the W over them.
Absolutely. It's not every day that you win a dragster.
Nah, it ain't. But I get another race date, and we'll see if we can put it together and do the same thing.
So a good omen for the rest of the week. Light up a lot of lamps. There's a lot of money at stake. Let's do some good work here the rest of the week.
Oh, yeah, hope so. Last time you see me.
Anybody you got to thank for tonight?
I thank my wife, my little girl. We ain't but an hour and a half from the house. They stayed and worked for me, my mom and dad, everybody, and my uncle. This is actually his car. He don't drive it. I just handle the driving duties.
Great job, Chad Silence, our winner tonight in our American Race Cars Race Tech Dragster Shootout. Good job, sir. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
FST Wednesday featured a $15,000 payday. One time run was allowed for all participants. By 8 p.m., the quarterfinals were in full effect. Gary Williams advanced on a red light from Greg Duffield. Shane Maddox red lit to advance Kyle Cotrera. The red lights continued as Kevin Brannon moved past Tracy Wiggins, and Kobe Fuller held the bye into the semis. In the first semi, it was Fuller and Williams.
Two-door cars, two dragsters, and it's Colby Fuller on the right side in the 74 Camaro, racing out of Savannah, Georgia, and Gary Williams. Gary continuing to be one of the hottest shoes right now in the country, dialed in at 595 over on the left side of the racetrack. And as G-Dub's back from the burnout, Colby Fuller 509. Going to be doing the chasing on this one. Again, guaranteed a door cart dragster matchup in the first final of the week here at the Sparco Fall Fling, presented by Optima Batteries. And with Williams and Fuller both finding the pre-stage bulbs, Fuller starting to just gently inch that car forward. From our position up here in the tower, you can see the nose of the car just wiggling just a little bit as he does the brake dance. And away we go. Fuller gets the advantage on the starting line. Is it enough to hold off G-Dub? No. Gary Williams gets the win light. 21 on the tree, 596 on a 595, getting there second. Colby Fuller was 18th out, leaving the starting line.
In the second semi, Brannon and Cotrera squared off.
It was an 021. 021 was the light for Williams. As now the two dragsters will go head-to-head. Kyle Cotrera here on the right side. Kevin Brannon on the left. The Rabbit out of South Carolina. Kyle coming in out of Elliott, Maine. 456 the dial for Kyle. And 437 the dial for Rabbit. 9 thousandths of a second between them in reaction time at this end of the racetrack, and Kyle Cotrera is headed to the final round. 11 on the tree for Kyle, get their first 8 thousandths of a second to win it on the double breakout. 455 on a 456 for Kyle Cotrera.
For the $15,000 on FST Wednesday, it was Cotrera and Williams.
Over and over and over throughout the years that the Flings have been on both the East Coast and the West Coast, because they just keep winning rounds. Well, the one round that matters right now, as G-Dub backs up at about 122 miles an hour. But the one round that matters right now is the one that will get them the big check and the trophy and all of the glory that goes with it. And some of these racers that can say, hey, in the big money races, we are rolling into tomorrow undefeated. So Gary Williams, 594, the dial in for the Sonoma here on the right side. Kyle Cotrera is dialed in at 454. Gary Williams going to watch his side of the tree drop first, as he is wasting no time getting the car staged up, set, ready to go. Cotrera Now starts to move that dragster ever closer to the starting line. We're in set, tree drops, and here we go. It's green on both sides. 7 thou separate them. Advantage goes to G-Dub. The win light goes to Cotrera. Cotrera 009 get their second to be one above for the win. 455 on the 454 for Cotrera. He was 009. Gary Williams was 7 thou better on the tree with a 002 reaction time. Gets there first by 28 thousandths of a second to break it out 3 thou. So Gary Williams takes 28 at the stripe, breaks out 3 thou on the loss. Cotrera going to get the first win of the weekend here in the big money races. $15,000 worth of FST carburetor money.
All right, our winner on FST Carburetor Wednesday, Kyle Cotrera. Man, that was tough there in the final. Gary Williams.
He is one of the best. He's one of the best out there. I've been trying to get to a final and close a deal all year, and it just makes it that much better to beat Gary. He's a good guy, a good friend of mine, and I love their family. And it was just a tough race. I had a lot of close races, ran a lot of good people, and just this car, man, it bails me out all the time. Good shout out to my sister. It's her car. She lets me drive it. Mr. Ferraro over there, I was told that I got to give a shout out to the driving range over there. We hit dingers all day and night, and that gave me motivation. Thank you, Ben, for mowing the grass out there. BP Racing Fuels, Big Thompson Tires, In Motion Solutions, AXL Heavy Haulers. My parents, thanks to my parents, Steve and Joanne, my whole family, Addie, Haley, Jess, Jay, Jeremy, Vivi, all you guys. I wish Dexter was here. Normally he gets to get his picture taken, but shout out to SFG Promotions. Thank you for your contingency program that you have going on there. This is just awesome, dude.
Yeah, so that final round there with Gary Williams, 009 on the starting line. G-Dub is 002, then you got down there and did something down there at the finish line.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is I was just trying to put it dead on. I've ran Super Comp for so many years, and everybody holds different numbers, and they all do different things. And what you do, what I tried to do is just put it dead on. And it slowed up a little bit on me there in the final, but it's a good feeling because last weekend I was here for the points race and I didn't beat a single door car. So I was like, if I get to the ladder and I have to run a door car, I'm going to be screwed. But I got lucky, and obviously this is the end result. This is awesome.
So a great result here on FST Carburetor Wednesday. Our winner, Kyle Cotrera, lit all the lamps and gets the big check at the end of the day.
Mosier Engineering put up a $25,000 bounty on Thursday. In the quarterfinals, AJ Ash held the bye while Cody Wiggins fell to Andy Dolan. Vinny Domino red lit to advance Michael Pascal. As each of the remaining 3 drivers had held a bye, the bye for the semis reverted to the driver with the best reaction time. By virtue of his perfect light, Dolan pressed on into his first Fling final event while Dolan and Ash faced off.
Had a bye run earlier. AJ actually had the bye run at the round of 5, so it was pretty much down to who had the best reaction time in that last go-round, and Andy Dolan rolled out and went perfect on the tree, so that meant that Andy was the car that would come back with a second bye, and it meant that Michael Pascal and AJ Ash will be the 2 that would have to battle it out for their opportunity to go into the final round and take on Dolan. Pascal's got a 458 dial on the left side, the only dragster left in competition. AJ Ash, the 89 Grand Am. And we'll see if the conversation that was had a little bit earlier about whether it would be a door car or a dragster that would win this thing tonight will be decided here, or if it will go to the final like it did last night. AJ Ash off and away. The tree stays green, and identical reaction times between Michael Pascal and AJ Ash, and it will be a door car that will win it tonight as AJ Ash picks up the victory.
With the $25,000 on the line in Mosier Engineering Thursday, it was Ash and Dolan.
Cool. Andy Grayson says he wasn't in the truck, so it was Disco in the Toyota. Again, that was on the shootout side. First time in the main event. The Burnouts are complete. Andy Dolan out of Martinsburg, West Virginia, 1980 bodied Malibu, dialed in at 597, and A.J. Ash. Coming in out of Long Beach, Mississippi, 89 bodied Grand Am, dialed in at 573. Winner gets the first ever Mosier Engineering check from here at the Flings. The tree drops, and it ends on a red light. Andy Dolan was 14 green and cruises down the racetrack as A.J. Ash let go 4 thousandths of a second too soon.
Down here in the winner's circle on Mosier Engineering Thursday with the big guy from West Virginia, Andy Dolan, closing the deal in the final round over A.J. Ash. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, just happy. About time.
It's about time.
That's right.
So I just want to talk about like the last couple rounds. You get the bye at 9 cars, then you roll in at 5 cars against Mr. Wiggins, and you do something pretty special being 5 total there at 5 cars.
Well, sometimes you got to roll the dice.
Got to roll the dice, and then that led to the single there in the semifinals. You just rolled up, took the green. You were very confident with where your car was at.
Yes, sir. Car's been good all weekend.
So earlier in the week, I know you were talking to Kyle Seipel. Kyle asked you about if you're going to go to Bristol. You told Kyle, well, it depends on how I do here. So on your way back, did you pick up the phone and make room reservations in Bristol?
I ain't made the call yet, but we're looking pretty good.
A lot of people helping you out, big crew helping you. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, just everybody. I mean, it's hard to name everybody, but Interstate Racing Fuel, Mike Barber, him and his girlfriend, home watching. They're pulling for me. And have some of the guys from my home track. It's a good day.
That's right, it's a good day. Our winner tonight, Andy Dolan on Mosier Engineering Thursday, taking home the 25 grand big check. Here's your trophy. Good job, Andy, working it through 10 rounds of racing to get it.
Friday was once again the big money day, but the $100,000 ATI Performance payday wasn't the biggest story. After fits and spurts on Thursday, Mother Nature went into a full-on rage Friday, and the entire day's worth of events were lost. Residual showers and track cleanup carried on into Saturday morning. Promoters Biondo and Seipel went to work, and a new plan was hatched to combine the purses for ATI Performance Friday and Jake's Saturday into one. Eliminations for the Super Race began in earnest on Saturday around noon. For only the second time in over 10 years, the Sunday rain day option was used to complete the event. In the quarterfinals, Mike Bloomfield Jr. dispatched Tommy Cable, Kevin Brannon bested Troy Williams, Johnny Tolosano defeated Sean Carpenter, and Bobby Bladen took out Tommy Plott. In the first semi, it was Bladen and Bloomfield.
All right, here we go, down to 4. And let me just tell you, there were some interesting discussions out there. A lot of money on the line. With everything doubled up, even more money. Who's going to bring their A game? Bobby Bladen in the 1970 Chevrolet Nova dials it in 550. Little Bloomy in the shorty over there. The American Todd's Extreme painted beautiful. Dragster over there on the left side dials 476. Bladen sticks that 550 onto the car again. See if he can run it. He was dead one last round. How about both drivers, 00? 005 to a 008, and the win light goes to Bobby Bladen.
The second semi saw Tolosano and Brannon square off.
Okay, Kevin Brannon or Johnny Tolosano from the Sunshine State. Tolosano, 464. Rabbit dials it up to a 450. Just went a 450. And a 3,000 red light start ends Johnny Tolosano's day. The Rabbit is 011 dead 8. Puts up a 19 pack. So your final round matchup on ATI Jag's $125,000 main event day is going to be the Rabbit and Bobby Bladen. Bladen will have lane choice. Significant handicap. Rabbit's going to be chasing him down by about 40 miles per hour, maybe 35. Knowing Rabbit, he's got a little bit in his pocket. Actually just went a 450 with an 8, stuck it on a 451. Bobby Bladen has been on that 550 all day long. So after 5 days at GALOT Motorsports Park, it all comes down to this. Both drivers will receive a very large chunk of change. But the added pressure of trying to be the full Fling champion is what it's all about. Both drivers are green and the Rabbit's in trouble. Bobby Bladen is 0-11 on the tree, dead 7. Bobby Bladen puts up a 18-pack, 550 with a 7 on a 550 after leaving the line 0-11. The Rabbit missed it a little bit. He was 0-37. He knew he was behind. He got further behind, went 2 above. So congratulations to Kevin Brannon and congratulations to Bobby Bladen.
Here we are, 5 days of racing, a battle of Mother Nature, and the last man standing is a beautiful door car, Bobby Bladen. Bobby, this has to feel good. I mean, you pick up the biggest paycheck of the weekend by far. You do it in style. You do it with a door car. You're taking down rails left and right. Definitely a crowd favorite. Anything special today that kind of clicked and just went better because the numbers you were putting up were hard to beat?
Guess I had a good breakfast.
It all starts with a good breakfast, and it also starts with some good luck right there. You have anything to say to Daddy?
Yeah. Breakfast.
He said he had a good breakfast too. That's a good start. So Bobby, running through the day, I mean, today I saw a 550 pretty much painted on the car. Your lights were really good. You were putting down 18-pack, 11-pack, 12-pack, and the thing that clicked to me was that you really did it. Didn't matter who was in the other lane. You didn't seem intimidated when I walked up to you in the lanes in the ladder round. You didn't seem to be intimidated in the semifinals or the final. You kept it all together. Nothing seemed to faze you. Is this the biggest win you've ever had, or tell us a little bit about your history?
No, this is by far the biggest one. I mean, I won a few times, but today I just tried to stay in my zone and not worry about who was in the other lane and let me in the car do the work. And then all week my dad said he really didn't care what I did, just win the 100.
Oh, that was that all?
I pulled that one through. So other than that, it's been a good weekend. I had a lot of support and a lot of good friends here, and I just appreciate everybody's help. Thank you, guys.
Well, Bobby has a great supporting group here, and this is it. He won the ATI 100/JEGS 100. JEGS 25 grand, so $125,000. 2 big trophies over there, a bunch of hats, a winner's circle jacket. Bobby Bladen's leaving heavy, and he drove his tail off today. So congratulations, Bobby Bladen.
In the end, the Sparco Fall Fling GALOT, presented by Optima Batteries, registered as a successful stop on the 2020 Fling Tour. With pre-entry selling out once again and over $350,000 in prize money and product giveaways, the event served as the perfect springboard into what was widely anticipated to be the largest Fling event ever, the K&N Spring Fling Million presented by Optima Batteries at Bristol Dragway just 1 week later. Once again, Peter and Kyle wish to sincerely thank all of the racers and staff for pulling off another successful event in the face of adverse conditions, and look forward to seeing everyone in 2021.